A do time say they are not sad to be a Ghanaian and interesting to be a sports journalist. Sad so we are Ghanaian and interesting say we in some junior oka sports. It is a okabumwa. Na wa nipa ba kono we are Ghanaian in some junior. You become sad and your thoughts are very, very interesting. And okay. Look, Obia will follow me as a person. Bia, and him say, since I'm starting radio in Kumasi from Capital Radio, ABC and every discussion Bia has been very, very consistent. And I will do the same thing today. Rich, minimpa say, who reach out to you? You knew we were not going to qualify.
Sure.
But your poor game in Rano, you felt some sharp pain as a fresh wound. Yeah. And the only that say, situation is far. But Enrano, a mere official, the moment you pop on say Kibno, you still felt a fresh as I woman laughing out of you felt a fresh pain in your heart. Say, I'm telling on you now, Rich. There are three phases to that pain now feeling. Time a mere mathematically difficult. See, I don't qualify. That was where you felt the first pain. Yeah, I'm going for you. And it's such a yeah. And now was the second phase where after the mathematics, officially you are out. And only a second phase of the pain. No, it's you felt it fresh. Said the after the started. Rich, the last one will come. The last one will come when there.
Yeah, AFCON.
Yeah, opening ceremony for the AFCON. Now, the whole African continent is talking about the tournament. How exciting it is. How we know your favorites. How we know more form. How we know more history. The African continent will be discussing the tournament. Now, opening ceremony. Now, we are hosting country's flag. Now, Ghana, you feel the last and the third pain. Until I just body for a non so ebeba.
As a move.
Now, Rich. And analysis na me no obia. Yes.
Okay.
Until we will do coaches, we will do players, we will do GFA, we will do government. Rich, let's start from the coach. And the time starting from the coach, any players and say, Rich, there are international standards. Anywhere around the world, I'm not developing football. Rich, we watch Sky News. We follow L'Equipe. We follow Barca. We follow Mundo. Say, you follow Angola. Radio stations, media houses from South America, you follow them. Say, national team be, and yes, some chain of bad results. Now, you find say Omako into what we call crisis. 95% of their discussion is about the team.
Mm-hmm.
Players and coach. Why? Because they play the football. And see, the last time France about 0-0 against Israel, the following morning, the whole of L'Equipe, they didn't post even. You don't even know why I'm the managers of the French national team. But I'm talking about from the Football Association. No, it is about Didier Deschamps and the French national team players. And that is why I'll start my conversation from. Because we are about to go international. It's a young power. And my major discussion is going to be who is the FA president. No. Ball a coach, any place near ball park. So. And in the last 5 games, ball park so results in T in the AFCON. Rich, let me start from Coach Otto Addo. Look, Makasa weather, and I'll repeat it today. Otto Bayern. The conversation about the appointment, from Omo appointing, and they say, Omujini say a national team, from embarrassing AFCON exits. And here, Omudia Coast Chris in Pino. We need a project. And a projector. Enya Emre. And until in their search for a coach, though they were looking for a competent person, any obi awaye jumani bi da onim Ghana culture bibiano, one particular criteria na omo pese di pakona obeba no o timi fiti paye is obi obetimi abuild the next Blasters. Me wa. Rich, we agree with that. I cannot speak for any other person. Hey, I accepted Otto Addo's appointment in good faith, and in Makumemuno, I had the patience for the project he was going to build. But Rich, the minimum requirement for Otto Addo's target of building the new Blasters is to qualify for the AFCON. Yes, the minimum requirements. Your results are found over and yet you know about some building until you can't again for you. So you to Brassier, Emma Otto, and the team no building until every take time. But Rich, the minimum requirements from any Ghanaian, including me, I'm here. Some Junior with this force on come and they say, Otto, you been your amount. You been your about the amount. You been follow projects, no. You been vampire party amount on national team, no. No, ya dear crowd yet. Ya dear crowd. In a group of Angola, Niger, Sudan, there, you should be able to qualify for.
We don't talk about group guard yet.
Yes, qualify. Minimum requirements. It's Rich. Me a hypocrite. I submitted myself to the Otto appointment. Me get to know the project that they are going to do. But I am saying, sir, qualification for AFCON was a minimum requirement and Otto has failed. Minimum requirement. Now, Rich, beyond the minimum requirements, Mami Busau, I don't want me person be on TV you go too wild. In the group now you want Angola, Niger, Sudan, Rich. Me say me Busau because when I host to an extension the representation of the public no mutie. Rich, those countries no more group no. Sebi Otto Addo. Na juma na also ye no. Or the players na be Angola, Niger, Sudan, omo players yana. Omo players in there. So if they don't have quality more than us, let's say at least you find individual players, your quality actually omo there. Then that is the second level of failure from Otto Addo. Because you bet to be the Jumedi Ebiama. Oba ye no. Na so ma ye ditu so. Jumedi no ewo resources no. You think say the quality of form. And we believe with time we will be able to build the quality. There was a scenario no. But Otto, anyone na eduma we here. The long term no ye ditu. But in the group na here one. Football, the first and foremost resource of football is availability of players. You players now you want. So only to Angola, only to Sudan, only to Nigeria. Rich, Ghana need be enemy by say about player quality. These countries only been in Ghana. And those are the materials and you are available to Otto Addo as the coach to work with. And you don't have any excuse about say, maybe also there are sometimes in the history of every country where Omudia dance say, oh, within this time here, your quality of your players is what pa. And you bra, you YouTube say yeah bra. But rich, this current blasters, say who serving the face of the African continent. Rich, in terms of the argument of quality players, rich, you're far off or more emotional. I watch. Was it on Tuesday? I watched Namibia against Cameroon. I watched the Cameroonian team. Vincent Abubakar is still that's just like come on. They still play Christian Basogok. Because some players be. You don't even remember their names.
They are still playing.
How many do?
In your resort.
Yes. Have you watched the Senegalese team? Look.
Sudan show.
Quality Papa there. One. Go and watch the Egyptian team. Apart from Omar Mamouche, who is playing very, very well in the Bundesliga, and Mohamed Salah. One they've been in the same team. Egypt, that's you know man go back on proper. You know man draw. And when it comes to because coaches you work with me to say any coach be always as serious to be rich say or achieve and the quality of the players when they achieve. It is Otto in the group play when we are not even measuring ourselves against Egypt, Morocco, no, Angola, Niger, Sudan. In that group there, now in terms of the resources that you are supposed to work with now, rich, now you're dictum and absolute facts. Say yeah, you Jordan, you Kudus, you Semenyo, you Inaki, you Salisu, you Jiku, you Gideon Mensah,
Ali
you Tarek Lamptey. Look, these are not bad players. They are not.
And more party.
And these and what I say, party. And these are players, rich. Opa for Muko Cameroon, Ombabo. For Muko Senegal, Ombabo. For Muko Egypt, they will play. And see, again, as I'm talking for no Makam on a hype and a hype. We say, what are we saying now? We are honest, no. Look at the Cameroonian team and tell me Pate will not play. Tell me Kudus will not play. Tell me Jiku will not play. Tell me say Inaki Cameroon and Koma. Tell me say Antoine Semenyo form no the one Belmont no. Say go free Egypt and Congo national team na. He will play. It's your quality. In pimping boy African continent in there. Rich, we do have quality. It is a coach. Oh, these resources are. Let's wait to me a ma. That's a problem. The next one. Rich. What if the man Ghana for the Geo to deep? You 2 games against Nigeria playoffs no. You 2 games no. What really impressed Ghanaians about Otto? The structure of your team no. The structure of our team. And the way we played tactically. Okay, Saturday no. We free Afcon Wanche. So it was a team. Now I was down on confidence. And you needed to strategically pull something of those same boys. The Otto yeah. Tell me a problem, no. The only thing Otto did to that Milovan Radeva team, I think my qualification over Nigeria was just a strategic structure of the Blasters. On my young movie say, tactically say, we should players in a year. You can get something out of them. And Ghanaians became so impressed by the second half of Nigeria. Abba. Okay. But first half, we give him more intense. Your second half, to change into a 3-back system. After Nigeria for John Wayne, your poor game in Ghana for there is something in this man. At least the way his team structure is good. Rich. Since that impression, we gave Otto the chance to take us to the World Cup, even though we knew, say no, say beyond the World Cup, oh yeah, man, but president of the nation, and you will be asking, you fireman, World Cup, no, which, yeah, World Cup, no, me, I was in Qatar. Otto made some naive indecisions via a course, but which the structure of the Blackstars team at the World Cup was good, very, very good. We carry a game against Portugal. I was asked them to containers in a year. Which, at a point, the Portuguese bench, and the quality of the players, now no more parking or something. And then Portugal, in terms of squad, one of the best squads in football today. They are in their golden generation. Which, let me show you how structurally, or more break to break the Ghanaian team down. Everybody was impressed about Otto Addo. Look at the way we beat Korea. Korea, one of the best teams. Pressure, yes, sure, we pressure over their mind. But we could pull a structure to hold them defensively. Even when Roberto Tekano, we could, in a quick transition, score again. And defending the game to the end. We made our mistakes against Uruguay. But which, even in that game, go and watch the second half, Ghana against Uruguay, it will World Cup. I am building this premise to say, people fell in love with Otto because of the structure. Now I try and say, the team in here, Rich, since Otto came back in the second one, what impression about him when it comes to team structure? Transitions, and it's idea. Oba second one in the games Ayala, Bar Central African Republic and Mali. The rest of the game, are you impressed about the team structure?
No. Starting against Angola.
Your transitions are bad. You're defending, you're attacking, your midfielders position. Your players even sometimes seem lost. What we should do with the ball when in Raha. And he has not changed much. Also, and be in fact, Nanka the other chose or be before. Nanka no any improvements be. He's not push players around anywhere. We are still within the same thing. That is not giving us results. And see, Otto na Nanka the first coming, or impressive with the structure, no. Which this time around the structure is bad. And I'll give you statistical analysis to show you why I'm saying the structure is bad. You have 5 games or AFCON qualifiers with me. 5 games na yabono. They be America. I say there are 2 things every team do in football. Within the 90 minutes reach, be a team, you are supposed to do only 2 things: defend and attack. Which AFCON way, defensively, 5 games na yabono. You are conceding 5 goals.
And every game they are conceding.
Averagely. 1 game per game. And that is not good enough. Now, you are conceding 5 goals. Okay. There are people who will say, oh, but some of more attractive champion footballer, you give sometimes defensively, but you score more. And young can say, I say, baby, to compensate for the way I leaking goals now. Rich, that's a 2.
Any intimate defender. Yes, we intimate go.
Fantastic. It's why intimate defending our conceding goals. What's that? It's not compensating for some more goals. What's the only 2? And it's only a goal difference of -3 in the 5 games that Yabono. That speaks volume of the technical team and the work they are doing. They are rocket science analysis. The numbers give out Otto. Any the tactical ability or the airborne AFCON way and then the qualifiers now you're free. Now, Rich, you see, in conclusion on coach, say who are good players omo eya there or club level. Name no over 2 team players are different from team. Over 2 team are Rich. Na enoma enko ye. And now buy no that same team, any individual players no So omu ko omu club omu ya ade. Na so omu saba national team na omu performance na nya ade. Then you should know say beyond touches there's a psychological problem. Enti mi bisa mi hu. Otto Addo no. Blasters obeto ye. The performance of the Blasters under him. Now on one can say to the room at a point in time at a press conference say or did he say there's a psychological aspect because Rich Sao Blasters team now. You remember as you slow. You show say be a mistake. You slow the Ghana for Beka. You slow and no amudi be so. You slow say ye na be fire so mistake no be akoka. And no no I will share you know. Share you start a game no. After Jordan Bob on the show you could clearly see say this is a Blasters team. It's slow. And you all you say hey one say play say yeah. See it to me pony a jump was someone now. You so you call. But Rich, a rich team you the mentality is that. And when Spain could say first go against Denmark. Rich, they played their game, control the ball. Look, so who call away this Angola? Now, no, yeah, all be our group. Now it's because the first goal. The best way to frustrate Angola is to hold on to the ball. Control it, control the game. Spain almost supporters against their own team on their own field. Show them, Teteno. Look, Asian Montari, there is watching stamina playable.
But you born about
Spain, you said over play. Especially when they get to the first goal. They will then take control of the ball, pass you around. Now they will support us now. I think it's woman but Richard, what did you see? Yes, sir, first goal we went to sleep. And you could clearly see say I said that is not the mentality of an elite team. And Otto, you know, you've not done anything about the psychological aspect of your technical team. Now, Rich, you see, me, I'll be very, very honest with you. I'm not born, I'm saying. Me to question the commitment of the players. Me do players, me say, me Rihanna.
Okay.
Me to question the commitment of the players. Look at, and where's Shambolic, relaxing boy.
Super player.
Jimmy, some.
Sharp Branton sounds.
Jimmy,
that's not giving him so in Bob, but where dear, me graduate.
Me credit. Me extra emotional. I think 2 years ago, you bought Tuesday special at Atonsu Park. And you bought Atonsu select side that they be almost born here invited team. You bought almost against your friend, Saturday, your friend Wafa. As in place or Mabo Wafa. You have access to the boss, born special. All born, and I'm Busa Poba say, guy will also Wabowa father. Rich, 2 years ago, Satan no about our special. No mbotim. No mbotim. And no about special. You real special and check and I'm teaching you say wa Kosema Nations FC. So I saw this player playing on the community park just 2 seasons ago, 2 years ago, and only attached to any team. Look at the fine product you are selling to. Rich, me say, I will not question the commitment of your players in Enra. But beyond being committed, it's your competence. Enra, what you say, you near bring a baby. I soon war, but what do you say? We just couldn't match Angola for them. They were passing us around, they were so confident on the ball. Yeah, the ball was simple pass. You want to put a pass in your check. Rich, mommy here with the GFA and the government, you know.
Avien Twasso.
And I'll be very, 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 very critical. Sure. Gentia may start me analysis. No. Me can say we watch international media and said national team because crisis more. When they are discussing it, we don't even hear the chairman of the FA. Everything there. Opasi street this is here. Noko Muzanko, for who is the chairman of the English FA? 99% of the people will not know. But they watch English League, they watch the English national team anytime you Bobia. They watch Super Sports and listen to Sky Sports almost all the time. Why don't we know them? We don't know them because, Rich, the structure of the way Omo football no, is well defined. And you know, Obian says a national team Koboboa. Send your structure next year. No, a team no any performance on the park, and I make sure whether you get results and I see it. Now, Rich, I make this argument, and maybe everybody are very, very interested. See, I can say be a ESCO, or be a management member. So, show job description, and go back as oh, now Ayala. Some boy, I could be. Your players didn't complain, say. Omo paying forward some career on bonuses. Omo complaining say omo buy no time I know some go train team bus petrol into yankoto bi buy. They've not complained of any logistical and you must say any how omo. Omo call Luanda no omo can say hotel and don't koda na. So if they provide everything for the team, now omo complaining say adeɛ bi a wɔsɛ management member for the maye no ɔmo fa maye a ɛne yɛkɔbɔbɔ a why do we go beyond them and go and discuss mpanyinfo no? Let me tell you why no we discuss mpanyinfo no. Number one, Rich, your structure na yɛde run yɛ national team is wrong. That is the reason why journalists yɛntumi nyɛ Indian for the nibi, yɛntumi nyɛ France for the nibi. Now we will always go up and go and finger on what's wrong on so no. Only the entire share Rich. And now I know what say. The management committee of the Blastars make up the structure of the management committee. No. Argentina, you want a certain structure to manage the national teams. Still, now over the years, and no man could now. Phobia and won't say, you changing the structure of the way we manage it. Mentias here. Share time normalization committee by no. So we should do a mudia. Which they did a human to the state say they say we should redefine the way we manage the national teams and do away with the management committees, you know. The ad hoc committee document. We're left with the FA. Look, me, I don't subscribe to GFA President Manifesto. I think it's a FA President January or running executive presidency. Oko Esco room wa. Obi o Esco obi ati say wa. It's yen ideas na dibomu. But on this issue, Kente Kroko in his first coming had mentioned say ono. So on yakunya FA President, he will lobby his Esco. Now, Omo do away with the executive management committee structure now. You didn't run the national teams, you know. Which you are two of them, you know. Oko ESCO room, with the rest of the ESCO people, they've not been able to change the structure now. They run the team, no. Which only the entire. And I know what I say. The reason why I make say they are part of the problem, and say national team there, team you, national team there, which. You need to politicize the national team and let it be a representation of the nation. And it's the FA is a political structure. But when it comes to the national team, I also need the FA politics and the intention of say, Blaster Management Committee, Black Matches Management Committee, send your Omo tie during the campaign. To committees. Look, the moment you come to you can give them any other committee. But national team here, they politicize it. Let it represent the nation. And only last time I'm about to for meet the press. Because our ESCO say, no, Samu. Say, Usha any management committees were. The head, and I said one of them. Is the ESCO members. Now, Rich, in all honesty, this failure of the Blasters to qualify for the AFCON, the head of the Blasters Management Committee is the vice president of the FA.
Makado.
Can the executive committee sit in their room and say, oh, Mark, present us with your report as the head of the Blasters Management Committee. And when you present to us, ye as ESCO members can look in the eyes of the vice president of the FA and that committee that want them one and say, because of social and so reasons, what failing, implications be or you implicate you. We can't do that. That is the reason why we've been preaching yes to the ESCO and say, look, change the management structure of the way over the national teams. Look, let someone and other people apply.
Okay.
To be business managers.
I know
to be business managers of your national teams.
Okay.
So, apply. Give them the CEOship of every national team. Let them be ordinary Ghanaians who are interested in the job. The moment you do that, Rich, so we see Kumasi Jomini can say, oh, you say you're changing Blasters or management structure, no? And now you're the Jumedian, I'm a one business manager. You see your friend, Yao Amewuga. The entire man said, we're presenting his CV. He has gone through interview and we're saying how on we manage Black Meteors. We also say how we manage Blasters to get the best out of the team. And you did Jumedian man. Your man targets. And can I say? And can you fail to qualify for the AFCON?
Your friend, Chairman.
And can on one can contract no crown.
What fail it?
I'm not sure the resignation letter. And to him, Ghana 48. Oh, sir, Ghana, typical Ghanaians, we are looking for someone to blame.
Obi kura say no say be no be resign. And I am pam obi. Obi no be resign.
Because the structure no money you know. They are the same people. And like how do you get them out power? Like saying the structure doesn't allow that. And when you rich to bring back the love, you need to be transparent. Ghanaians had issues with Aminu Shadow as the team manager of the Blasters. Simply because even before Aminu Shadow's appointment, he was in the system. Second, you are running chronics. LOF in him. Me say, Kate, look.
It's nepotism.
The FA has become a political structure. Only they are what they call for, and the FA, no. I don't have a problem. But me say, one national team now, and first I had name because national team here, to get the love of the nation, it must represent Obiabi.
Okay.
Now, Rich, many man who see crano. Say, who's all about to other voice, you know?
Yeah.
But that's okay. I say, you deserve say, I say, qualified.
You deserve.
But only that, what's the danger of saying deserve? Or say, you deserve it because, or GD say, about your home games now. Yanya day, yan boni and you lose it to Angola, and Kevini and 3 points. Say, Kevini against Sudan with fear. And the Southern KO 6 points with fear. Rich, anytime we've qualified for the AFCON, your home games are non negotiable. But Rich, see a come back. I say, you really fee. A bino, and so should saying in this conversation. How did they prepare our team? Ewofie, yani Angola, pitch became an issue. Only says that you deep analysis. Some man kitchen has contributed to where we've gotten to.
Sure.
Now, the supervision of Yabino to F, you know. Look, who you are buying? Football Association, you know, national team, you know, what would you entrust with them? So I'm managing on behalf of Ghanaians. I'm not sure the structure of the managing Blasters and the other national teams, you know. For some years, South started in Yajuma. I reach now what national team. Now they are not FA for say, I'm managing on behalf of Yama and Nina. Now I'm presenting to you a structure of the manager, not a man resource. As the main supervisor and the one who owes public interest to them, you can question them and say, look, South structure when I'm on the edge, man, and front to me change, you know. And see, the public interest conversations, you know. I want to uphold it. Our FA, they've not done anything with it when it comes to
it. That's it.
Yeah, and nobody knows.
Never be.
May I so say, medical atuja. May say I cut the last phase of our pain, and that will be when Yabo me I say and the opening ceremony for the AFCON 2025 in Morocco. Now the flags in each na both nations didn't go for having discussing how many your favorites, how many your dark horses. That only Ghana, you know. That is the third phase of your pain that we will feel as Ghanaians.